Alright guys, we've got another 2017 Honda Rebel 300 today. This one in, of course, black. Now I have done a black Rebel 300 before last week, but it was an ABS model. This is a non-ABS model. So I figured we'd do a walk around on it and go over some of the specs too. If you want even more detailed information, I'll throw a link in the top right corner and in the description below, which breaks down everything, because if I was to talk about all of it, it'd take about 30 minutes, and we're going to try to keep this to a short 5-minute video. And what we'll start with first up front, the brakes. Like I said, this is a non-ABS model. ABS is available as an option for $300. And you can see the big fat tire up front, which is a 130/90/16. It has a 150/80/16 in the rear. And when it comes to the suspension, we've got a set of 41mm front forks with right at 4.8 inches of travel, and they are non-adjustable. You see the radiator there, so she is water cooled. It's the same 286cc single cylinder dual overhead cam, 4 valves per cylinder setup. It's in the Honda CBR 300R that used to be the Honda CBR 250R. It makes right at 30.5 horsepower now at 8,500 RPMs and 19.9 foot-pounds of torque at 7,250 RPMs. And it has a 2.96 gallon fuel tank. You can see all Rebels, whether it be the 300 or the 500 for 2017, do not come with a passenger seat. It's a solo seat setup. You can buy the passenger seat and passenger foot pegs that mount right here as an accessory setup. And a dual rear shock setup, which has right at 3.8 inches of travel. And it does have the same 6-speed transmission from the CBR 300R as well, with the same gearing. And both of the new Rebels have the same seat height too, which comes in right at 27.2 inches. I'll give you a shot of the controls, which are pretty basic. And the gauge cluster, pretty basic as well. This one doesn't have a battery, so I can't turn it on, but it has your basic stuff: speedometer, fuel gauge, of course trip meters. Right at 5.9 inches of ground clearance, which isn't too bad for a cruiser. 58.7 inch wheelbase. I can't remember if I mentioned the brakes or not when we first started, but up front it has a 296mm disc, a single setup with a hydraulic caliper, both front and rear, of course. And even though Honda did a ton of changes, well, basically an all-new bike, from the 2016 Rebel 250 to this new Rebel 300, the price only went up right at $209. It went from $41.90 to $43.99 retail for this model, and then if you go with the ABS model, it's an additional $300. And then if you jump up to the Rebel 500, which has the same engine set up from the CBR 500R, you go up to $59.99, and then $62.99 for the ABS. When it comes to color options on the 300 this year, you have the gloss black, which is what this one is. Then you also have matte pearl white, matte silver metallic, and red as well. And by the time you watch this, I should have some videos of all the other colors up too, if you want to check them out. One more thing I forgot to mention too, it's a pretty light, a 364 pound curb weight for the non-ABS models. And if you do go with the ABS model, it bumps it up 6 pounds to 370. And with a seat height actually lower than the Honda Grom, it's bar none one of the easiest motorcycles to ride that Honda has right now. And thanks as always for checking out the video, guys. If you want to get even more detailed information on it, I'll have a link in the description below. If you guys would hit that like button, it always helps with YouTube's algorithm to get my videos up near the top. Thanks, guys.